The fight between Apple's forthcoming iPhone 17 Pro Max and the current iPhone 16 Pro Max promises to be interesting. We occasionally get rumored feature leaks so long ahead of release, since Apple's iPhone development roadmap spans many years into the future, and the corporation is always working with suppliers on multiple consecutive iPhone models concurrently. The iPhone 17 series is no different. Now, we know roughly what to expect from Apple's 2025 smartphone range. Should you want to overlook the iPhone 16, or if you simply want to know what's ahead, here are 10 allegedly forthcoming features that we hope to see in time for the iPhone 17 series, most likely to be unveiled in September 2025. Thus, the 120Hz ProMotion is the first mind-blowing feature. Apple wants ProMotion to be available on every iPhone model by 2025, so that when needed, all models can ramp up to a 120Hz refresh rate for seamless scrolling and video content. Only Pro models from Apple's iPhone lineup have had the capability in past years. ProMotion would also enable the display of the iPhone 17 and iPhone 17 Air to ramp down to a more power-efficient refresh rate as low as 1 Hz, hence enabling an always-on display able to show the lock screen's clock, widgets, notifications, and wallpaper even when the device is locked. The iPhone 17 Pro versions for next year allegedly will get a significant overhaul, with an emphasis on back camera module modifications. The smartphones are set to sport a revolutionary rear design mixing aluminum and glass. The upper half of the back will be aluminum, integrating a rectangular camera bump built from aluminum instead of the typical 3D glass. The bottom part will stay glass to let wireless charging work. While Apple has employed a glass back since the iPhone 8 and iPhone X in 2017, older iPhone models, except the iPhone 3G, iPhone 3GS, and iPhone 5C had aluminum rears. Additionally, the aluminum camera bulge on the iPhone 17 Pro will reportedly be larger than in prior generations, according to the information. Another feature is the 48-megapixel telephoto lens. An enhanced 48-megapixel telephoto lens on Apple's largest premium iPhone is believed to be geared for usage with Apple's Vision Pro headset. That would make 2025's Pro Max the first iPhone to have a back camera system consisting solely of 48-megapixel lenses, making it capable of capturing even more visual information. The iPhone 17 range will include a 24-megapixel front-facing camera with a 6-element lens, according to one report. The iPhone 14 and 15 include a 12-megapixel front-facing camera with 5 polycarbonate lens components, while this year's iPhone 16 series features the same technology. The enhanced resolution to 24 megapixels on the iPhone 17 will help images to maintain their quality even when cropped or zoomed in, while the larger number of pixels will capture finer details. The update to a 6-element lens should also significantly increase image quality. The iPhone 17 will feature an anti-reflective display that is more scratch-resistant than Apple's ceramic shield found on iPhone 15 models, according to one rumor, although the new iPhone 16 Pro models do have the latest generation ceramic shield, which has an advanced formulation that is 2x tougher than glass on any other smartphone. The exterior glass on the iPhone 17 is rumored to have a super hard anti-reflective layer that is more scratch-resistant. It's not clear whether Apple is aiming to adopt the Gorilla Glass armor that Samsung employs in its Galaxy S24 Ultra, but the description of Corning's latest technology matches the claim. At least one model in Apple's iPhone 17 lineup will come with 12 gigs. Jeff Pu of investment firm Haitong has claimed that both Pro versions will arrive with the raised RAM, while Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that the iPhone 17 Pro Max will include 12 gigs. In contrast, another reputable source has indicated that all iPhone 17 models would have 12 gigs of RAM. For comparison, the normal iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus have 6 gigs of RAM, and the iPhone 15 Pro versions have 8 gigs of RAM, while all iPhone 16 models have 8 gigs of RAM. Any such increase would allow for enhanced multitasking on the iPhone, as well as provide additional resources for Apple Intelligence functions that require large language models to be resident in memory. Apple's highest-end 2025 iPhone will include a substantially narrower dynamic island, thanks to the device's adoption of a smaller meta lens for the Face ID system, reports Haitong's Jeff Pu. While a typical iPhone camera features curved lenses that channel light towards the picture sensor, a meta lens is a thin and flat lens with minute patterns etched onto it that can focus light more precisely. Assuming this results in a narrow dynamic island, it would be the first time that Apple has adjusted the function since it debuted on the iPhone 14 Pro in 2022. Next, a 19 processor. Apple regularly improves iPhones with faster and more efficient chip technologies each year. While we are not expecting the iPhone 17 series to feature TSMC next-generation 2nm semiconductors, Apple's A19 chip technology is anticipated to be constructed on an improved 3nm process. The iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max are believed to contain an A19 Pro chip, while the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Air could have the normal A19 chip. TSMC is working on its N3P process, with mass production slated to commence in late 2024, so that's the chip technology that we're assuming Apple will employ for the iPhone 17 series. Compared to earlier versions of 3nm chips, the N3P chips offer increased performance efficiency and increased transistor density. Now the custom Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip is an additional feature where Apple is switching over to a new design in-house starting in 2025. Combined Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chip will replace iPhone components from Broadcom, allowing Apple to minimize its reliance on the company. Apple's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chip is unique from the 5G modem chip that Apple is also building, but eventually, Apple hopes to integrate them into a single component. The ultimate goal is to build a wireless arrangement where the components are tightly integrated and more energy efficient, allowing Apple to cut down on the battery use of cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth technologies. Apple will also be able to produce slimmer smartphones and new wearable technology with the custom processors that it is creating. We haven't heard much about the iPhone 17 Pro Max's battery right now, but if the chip's rumored efficiency enhancements prove to be genuine, then we should see the battery life last even longer. Considering the iPhone 16 Pro Max lasted over 17.5 hours in our testing, that would be a rather stunning sight to behold. We've also heard reports that Apple could make iPhone 17 batteries easier to remove, thanks to a new form of glue. It's likely that this is the same ionic liquid battery adhesive used on iPhone 17, which allows repair personnel to remove the battery with a few volts of electricity. That makes it a lot easier to remove than prior adhesive strips, which were cumbersome and often required solvents to properly remove. Rumor has claimed that Apple may be creating its own batteries, preparing to launch them on iPhone 17s. While we don't know many information regarding this development, it's reported that Apple plans to give significantly improved performance compared to the existing one. One analyst says the new phones would sport a 24 megapixels camera compared to the 12 megapixels lens used by existing iPhones. Since new iPhones typically have improved silicon, we're expecting the iPhone 17 series to sport new A19 chipsets. In the case of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, that probably signifies an A19 Pro system on chip. It's unclear at this stage to predict what kind of performance enhancements an A19 chipset would bring compared to the A18 Pro powering the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Initial reports suggested the A19 might be manufactured on a 2nm process, meaning its transistors would be packed closer together than the 3nm A18 system on chip. That usually translates to higher performance and less power usage. However, recent sources have stated that the A19 will likewise be a 3nm system on chip. The iPhone 17 Pro Max could benefit from one speculated upgrade compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Apple is anticipated to increase the RAM in its next phones with an eye on helping improve artificial intelligence performance. That would indicate 12 gigs of RAM in the iPhone 17 Pro Max compared to 8 gigs in the current model. Here's where the iPhone 17 Pro Max might have a hard time improving on the bar established by the iPhone 16 Pro Max, as the current model posted the greatest time of any iPhone we've ever put through our proprietary battery test. In that test, we have phones surf the web continually over cellular until they run out of juice. The typical phone can hang out for a little more than 10 hours on that test, while the iPhone 16 Pro Max averaged 17 hours and 35 minutes. The A18 Pro chipset helped the iPhone 16 Pro Max land on the top phone battery life list, but the current model also profited from a larger battery than its predecessor. There aren't any reports yet about what kind of battery the iPhone 17 Pro Max would utilize, a part of a suggestion that Apple could use a new glue to hold batteries in place, making them easier to change in the new versions. One change we hope to see with the iPhone 17 Pro Max is an improvement to charging speeds. The iPhone 16 Pro Max continues to support 30W cable charging, although other phones have embraced far quicker speeds. By the time the iPhone 17 Pro Max debuts, Apple will have unveiled iOS 19. Of course, the same software upgrade will be accessible to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, so there's likely to be little difference in the functions both phones support. The same thing goes for Apple Intelligence. Apple might develop some iPhone 17 specific AI functions, much like visual intelligence only works on iPhone 16 models. But for the most part, the same AI functions supported on the iPhone 17 Pro Max will be able to run on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Assuming a September 2025 debut for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we've got a lot of time for further rumors to emerge. So, let us know thought in the comments section. Then we'll see you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Peace out.